Today's story is about Chloe and her boyfriend, David. David had run away from home at 16 after a falling out with his family, that they knew where he'd gone years past without contact, until his father's failing health softened the rift. Now older and wiser, David decided it was time to return, and since he and Chloe were in that delicate will they, won't they phase, she tagged along. They arrived in his small hometown county after nightfall. As they passed a local underground mall, one of the town's nicest spots, Chloe suddenly blurted, "Maybe I should get your family some gifts." Seeing her nerves, David agreed to go with her. "I heard they were building something fancy here before I left," he mused. Never saw it finished. But when they stepped inside, the mall was packed, even livelier than the streets above. Chloe dove into shopping while David hovered nearby, muttering, "No, they won't need that. Oh, definitely not that." Then something strange happened. While checking herself in a mirror, Chloe caught a reflection of a shop attendant behind her, his face ashen like concrete, and for a split second the bustling mall in the mirror looked ruined. Empty stalls, no goods, just decay. She spun around. Everything was normal again. Weird, she thought. Maybe bad lighting? Or a tricky angle? With David right behind her, she shrugged it off. Soon their car was loaded with gifts and they arrived at David's family home. After years apart and with a potential future daughter-in-law in tow, the welcome was overwhelming. Relatives poured in and David proudly introduced Chloe, but his mother seemed distracted, scrubbing furiously at 2 trails of rust-red footprints staining the floor. "Don't mind me," she insisted, waving them off. The reunion was warm but awkward. Eager to escape the awkward small talk, Chloe nudged David. "Oh, right," he grinned. Chloe brought presents. She seized the excuse, scooping up David's young nephew, who hadn't even been born when he'd left. "Your uncle got you something," she cooed. But the moment they stepped outside, the boy pointed at their car and chirped, "Auntie, Auntie." They ignored it, until they opened the trunk, gone were the carefully chosen gifts. Instead, gnarled roots, broken sticks, stones, disposable chopsticks, leaves, plastic scraps, junk. "Someone robbed us?" Chloe gasped. But her phone and purse were still inside, untouched. When they rushed back to tell the family, the room fell silent. "The underground mall," someone finally said. "That place flooded less than 6 months after opening. It's been condemned for years, its entrance long sealed." David cursed under his breath. Damned at me bad luck. For a while, nothing else happened. Weeks later, back in Guangzhou, David was gaming when Chloe called out from the bedroom. "David, bring me the quilt bag." Absent-mindedly, he yelled, Yeah, the universal boyfriend response to, "I'm not really listening." But as he grabbed the bag and headed down the hall, he froze. Rust-red footprints trailed across the floor. Then, the real Chloe walked in, keys jingling, fresh from her haircut. "Why are you holding that?" she asked. David went pale. "You just asked for it, from the bedroom." They stared at each other. Slowly, they pushed the bedroom door open. The walls were covered in rust-red footprints. They bolted. Later it hit them. If Chloe had come home just a minute later, David might have walked into that room, and whatever was waiting might have folded him into the bag like a quilt.